Good afternoon, students. I trust that you all are using your time constructively and working on the chapters which we are discussing in these videos. As you must have seen in the earlier some of the videos, 6-7 videos, we discussed about linear equations into variables. Now, linear equations into variables is a topic which is very vast and you really need a lot of practice to have command over that topic. So, therefore, I always suggest you first finish textbook and go to one reference book and work on all those questions so that you get good practice of the topic. Today we are going to begin quadratic equations. But I hope that you all are keeping up the speed with my speed and working on linear also, and now you will begin quadratic equations. The word quadratic is similar to the word quadrilateral. Now, quadrilateral, from that the term quadratic is derived. A quadrilateral, a square is a quadrilateral, and if I have a square of side x, then its area is x into x, which we call as x square. That is, area of a quadrilateral is degree 2. Therefore, we say degree 2 equations to be quadratic equations. That is, the equations in which the power of the variable is 2. Like if I have to frame a few, x square plus 9x plus 4 is a quadratic polynomial, and when I equate it with 0, it's a quadratic equation. So, a quadratic equation is an equation in which you have the power of the variable to be 2, degree 2. Suppose I want to find out whether these given equations are quadratic equations or not. Just by look we cannot find out whether they are quadratic or not. So what we are going to do is, suppose I have x square minus 2x is equal to minus 2 into 3 minus x. So what I will do is, first I will simplify this. So I have x square minus 2x minus 2 into 3 minus 6 minus 2 into x plus 2x, right? That gives you x square minus 4x plus 6 equal to 0. Yes, it is a quadratic equation because x square, degree 2, then degree 1 and degree 0 2. So when you have the power of the variable to be 2, the highest power, then it's a quadratic equation. If I come to the second equation which I have noted on the board, whether it is quadratic or not, say now I have x square plus 3x plus 1 and x minus 2 square, if I expand, a square minus 2ab, so minus 4x plus 4. And you will find that x square term gets cancelled here. So 3x plus 4x, 7x minus 3 equal to 0. This is not a quadratic equation. This is actually a linear equation. So it's not a quadratic equation. What I want to tell you is, just by look, don't conclude. Simplify the equations and then find out its final format and then conclude whether it is quadratic or not. If I come to this third question which I have listed here, 2x minus 1 into x minus 3 will be 2x square minus 6x minus x plus 3. I have multiplied these two binomials. Now x square minus x plus 5x minus 5, right? 2x square minus x square minus 7x, and this is 4, so this is minus 7x. This would become minus 4x plus 8 equal to 0, and you find x square minus 11x plus 8 equal to 0. Yes, it's a quadratic equation. That is, in the first exercise, they have given some expressions and asked whether they are quadratic equations or not. First, what you should do is simplify and cancel the terms if it is getting cancelled, combine the terms and then conclude whether they are quadratic or not. A quadratic equation is an equation with degree 2. So when you say degree 2, immediately you know the degree 2 expressions which you have learnt in earlier classes for splitting the middle term and factorization, right? So same thing we are going to do in this chapter also. To start with, to solve a quadratic equation, the first method which we are going to use is factorization. And suppose I have a question which says, say 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus 2 equal to 0. And suppose they have told you to factorize this or solve this using factorization. Now there are two approaches. Either you break it in square or you find the factors. This is 3 2s are 6. We need factors of 6 whose sum is minus 2 root 6. So factors of 6 would be 6 into root 6, it will be 6. And if I take minus root 6 into minus root 6, the product is 6 and sum is minus 2 root 6. So 3x square minus root 6x minus root 6x plus 2 equal to 0. What have I done? In the rough work, I have worked on this. 3 into 2, 6. I want root 6. So I wrote 6 as root 6 into root 6. But we are not getting the sum as minus 2 root 6. So what I did? I made both negative. So that the product is positive and the addition is minus 2 root 6. Suppose I have to solve this using factorization, method of factorization, and you have learned it in the earlier classes, splitting the middle term, right? So I want factors of 6 whose sum is minus 2 root 6. I have taken minus root 6 and minus root 6. Now here, if you see 3 and root 6, I can take root 3 common and x common. So I have root 3x minus root 2 would be left. Because root 3 into root 2 would be root 6 and root 3 into root 3 would be 3. Learn to go back and cross check. Now minus, here you have 2, here you have root 6. So I will take root 2 common. Again root 3x. Now I have taken minus common. So this plus becomes minus and you have root 2 equal to 0. This is the most important step. After this step you should pause for 10 seconds and learn to go back and check whether you are correct or not. If I open the bracket, this will be 3x square. I have it. Minus root 6x. I have it. Root 2 into root 3 minus. So minus root 6x. Minus and minus plus root 2 into root 2, 2. So we are correct. Now that is root 3x minus root 2 and root 3x minus root 2 equal to 0. That means the solutions you have is root 2 by root 3 and x equal to root 2 by root 3. You see what happens here is you have two identical roots. In such cases we call that this equation has two repeated roots or two identical roots. This basically happens when you have a complete square. A square minus 2ab plus b square. You see, this is a complete square. Therefore, the roots are repeated or two equal roots, right? So, today we have discussed solving of quadratic equations using factorization. And that factorization is something which you have learnt in the earlier classes. I want you all to work on the method of factorization for solving quadratic equations, that is exercise 4.1 and of course exercise 4.2. There are some word problems also, but I don't think that you will find it difficult to frame the equation if you read the question carefully and then frame the equation. After framing the equation, you just have to factorize it to solve, right? So work on first and second exercise of quadratic equations, and of course don't stop working on linear equations into variables because it's a vast chapter, right? Thank you.